Hey guys, it's Hannah, and today I want to talk about my 2016 reading and channel resolutions. So in 2015, the only real reading goal I had was my Goodreads reading goal, which was to read 50 books, which I ended up surpassing and I was really happy about. But I really hadn't set any other goals for myself aside from that reading goal. But since joining the booktube community, I thought that it would be a good idea, since I see everyone putting out these videos at this time of year, I thought that I would join in as well and set some goals for myself as far as reading and my channel go, because I want to see if I can follow through with them, and I think that it would be a good thing for me. So today I'm just going to talk you guys through my reading goals and my channel goals for 2016. So my first reading goal is my Goodreads reading goal, which this year I have upped by 20 books. I put it last year at 50 books, and this year I want to read a total of 70 books. That is the goal. I think I can get to it, and I know that last year I read fewer than this because I didn't start off the year reading very many books, but I know that if this year I read in these first few months of the year as much as I did in the last 6 months of 2015, I can definitely get to this goal, and I think that I could even surpass this goal. My second reading goal is to read more adult books. I feel like this is actually a reading goal for a lot of people. Like, a lot of people's reading resolutions that I've watched their videos on, they've mentioned that they want to read less young adult and read more adult. And I think it's because, like, they even mentioned themselves that their tastes are changing, and I feel the same way about myself. I will definitely still be reading young adult books because I love young adult, but I have noticed that every time I reach for a young adult book or I finish a young adult book, I'm just noticing the same things, and I'm starting to get really bored with them, for the most part that is. And I'm just starting to get kind of frustrated with all the tropes that I see over and over again, and I've found fewer of those tropes in adult books. I feel like I have a more expansive knowledge of young adult literature just because I spent so much of my life reading young adult, and now I think I want to expand my adult literature life, so I want to go explore some of that a little bit more. So that is definitely one of my goals, to read more adult fiction and a little bit less young adult fiction. So my last 3 reading goals kind of go hand in hand with one another, but I guess the overall encompassing goal would be to read more and buy less. I have a problem where I buy more books than I can read at a time, and I just buy too many books and then they sit on my shelf for a long time, and then I just don't touch them for sometimes years. And so this year I really want to make an effort to read all of the books that I own. I know I'm definitely not going to end up reading every single one of them, because there are some of them that I actually even might end up getting rid of because I know that I'm never going to get around to reading them. But I definitely do want to get to the books that I own already first before I purchase more. And so along with this, another thing that I kind of want to do is the Read 5 Buy 1 challenge. So if you don't know what that is, it's kind of a challenge just to limit the amount of books that you're buying. So what you have to do is you have to read 5 books before you can buy 1 book. So for every 5 books that you read, you can buy 1. So I think that I'm going to try and follow that a little bit, but even then I don't think that I'm going to buy 1 book for every 5 that I read, because I'd still buy way too many books in 1 year if I did that. So then the other thing I want to do to go along with this buying fewer books resolution is to borrow more from the library. I'm really bad at this, and I don't know why. I have nothing against libraries. I actually really like libraries, and for some reason I just don't tend to borrow books from them, and I really want to change that this year, so I'm going to try and borrow more books from my library. So then the final thing that I want to do to just kind of limit the number of books that I buy is to only buy books that I have read and know that I like. What I want to try and do is, if I read a book from the library and I really end up loving it, then I will buy that book. But if I don't end up loving it, then I'm not going to have to buy that book. And the reason for this is just because I don't want to clog up my shelf space with books that I don't really enjoy, because I have ended up purchasing books that I then read and really didn't like, and I wasted my money, and I really don't want to do that this year. So that's what I'm going to try and do. I'm going to try and read a book before I purchase it, so that I know that I'm going to like the book and I want a physical copy of it for my library. The only other books that I'm really going to allow myself to buy are going to be books that are in series that I've already started reading that I know that I want the next book. So for instance, with the Cuckoo's Calling series, which I only own the first 2 books of, I haven't started reading it yet, but once I start reading it, if I do really end up liking it, then I will let myself buy the 3rd book or the next book. because I know that I'm already enjoying this series, as well as like my most anticipated releases, which would probably be Lady Midnight, which is coming out in March. That book I know I'm definitely going to want to read, and I'm definitely going to keep, and I'm pretty much sure that I'm going to enjoy it, at least for the most part. So it's going to be books like those that I'm going to allow myself to buy, but aside from that, I'm definitely limiting the books that I purchased this year. So that pretty much covers all of my reading resolutions for 2016, and now I'm going to get into my channel resolutions for the year. So I don't really have too many channel resolutions for this year, but I do have kind of 3 main resolutions that I want to either keep up with on my channel or start this year. The first resolution I've actually seen a lot of people talk about on their resolution videos as well, and it is getting rid of TBRs, so I'm just not going to be doing TBR videos anymore. I watched Marinez's video from My Name is Marinez. She talked about how she is going to stop doing TBRs for this year, and I had already started thinking about that myself too, but her video kind of just finalized my decision, and I decided that I'm also going to stop doing TBRs on my channel. And the reason for this is because I just don't tend to stick to my TBRs. I'm very much a mood reader, so I will just read what I feel like reading, and I don't want to just tell you guys, oh, I'm planning on reading these books and then only read one of them and then read like 3 or 4 other books. And it's honestly just because I'm so bad at sticking to them, and I don't want to just keep making them and putting them out there and not sticking to them because it just doesn't feel right. So what I think I have decided that I'm going to do in place of TBRs, because I do want to keep you guys updated with what I am reading, and I'm still going to be doing monthly wrap-ups because I really love those videos, but just to keep you guys updated with what I am reading at the moment, I think I'm going to do like weekly currently reading videos. So what I'm thinking is that either at like the beginning of the week or maybe even the end of the week, I will just do a comprehensive currently reading video. I tend to read multiple books at one time anyway, so it will be somewhat like a TBR, but I will already be somewhat in the middle of these books anyway, so that way you will know what I am actually reading, and I feel like I could stick to those books more since I've already started them. I definitely know that I'm not going to be making that many TBR videos anymore. I might do maybe a few because I do know that I have some buddy reads planned, and I do know that there are some books in certain months that I'm definitely going to be reading, so for those months I might do like a small TBR. But aside from that, I think I'm going to start this currently reading thing just to keep you guys updated with what I'm reading and to stay more honest with what I actually am reading and actually stick to the things that I'm telling you guys that I'm reading. So my next channel resolution is just about uploading. I want to upload at least twice a week. I'm not really going to set a schedule for myself because I know that I won't be able to stick to that, especially when school starts and my schedule changes around a lot. But I definitely do want to upload videos at least twice a week. I feel like that's a solid amount for me at least. I'd like to upload more than that, but I think that twice a week will be easy for me to stick to. I think that'll be doable and manageable, so that's what I'm gonna go with, and hopefully I'll be able to do more than that, but that's just gonna be like my bare minimum. And again, like I said, I'm not gonna have a schedule, so it's not gonna be like specific dates like Tuesday and Friday, but it's just going to be at least twice a week because I think that I can stick to that, and I feel like that's enough in a week, even though I would like to do more, but that's what we're going with for now. And my last channel resolution is to upload more discussion videos and more kind of personal videos. I really want my channel to be a very personal space, and I really want it to be like an environment where you guys know me and I know you. I don't know, like I feel more comfortable that way, and I want to be able to talk more about myself on my channel because otherwise it doesn't feel like it's my channel. It feels really impersonal if I don't get to do that. So I'm thinking I might do like, not necessarily Q&As, but more just, I guess, discussions, but like about current things going on in my life, or maybe like those like document my life videos, which I love watching those. Those are really, really fun. I mean, my channel is about reading, but I also do want to make it a little bit more about me just because it's my channel and it's my personal space as well. So I just want to be able to include more of who I am into it. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I haven't fully decided exactly how I'm gonna do that. So if you guys have any ideas, if you guys want to see any sort of personal videos about anything, I really don't care what it would be about. You can leave me suggestions or ideas or requests or whatever down in the comments below, and that would be very much appreciated because that is something that I definitely want to do with my channel, and I just don't really know how to go about it yet. So that is it, guys. Those are all of my reading and channel resolutions for 2016. So let me know in the comments down below, what are your reading resolutions for the year? And if you make booktube videos, let me know what are your channel resolutions for the year, because maybe some of your resolutions will inspire me and I will want to adopt some of your resolutions as well. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! So I can just put them on my shelf all together, and I'm really excited about it, and I really, really love these.